Hey team, it's Carrie Preston with Grotality, and I wanted to do a quick video recap. I know there was a few folks that could not be here today, and I'm also going to send out some resources. So I thought I'd give you a high-level overview of what we covered. And if you have any questions, just reach out, put some time on my calendar. But ultimately, our themes were around setting priorities and making choices, a critical skill, managing some of your competing priorities and deliverables, as well as supporting some of the juniors in helping them manage their priorities and deliverables, making agreements with stakeholders, some strategies on decision making, and then also overall just trying to think critically. So, a few of the themes that came up: what is the enemy to execution? And hesitation, procrastination, being focused on the negativity, fear, lack of confidence. And ultimately, we want to make sure that we're making progress. And that requires both planning and focus. So we spend some time talking about the best ways to build planning into your day. And, one of those elements is you need some bookends. You need to have some time in the beginning of your day and time at the end of your day to really make sure you're being strategic. Part of what planning is doing things you don't have to do that can produce a significant result and really move you forward. So, making sure that you are spending the time writing things down and being, mindful of what the result or outcome that you're seeking for that day, the reason why, and then building your how. Ultimately, there's a lot of competing priorities, but when you expect some unexpected things to happen, and things will happen, you can build time into your calendar. We call it margin, where you leave a little space and a little time in your day, and it could be client prep for 30 minutes. That can be a way to build in some buffer so you're not constantly going back to back to back and not having time to get done the work that needs to get done. The other thing that we talked about was a theme called Eat the Frog. Eat the Frog is based on a quote from Mark Twain, and if the version of the quote is that if the worst thing you have to do each day is eat a live frog, do it first. Know what's most important and make sure that you are leaving, and ranking and ordering what are those biggest priorities, what are the things that are going to make the biggest impact or drive the biggest results. Sometimes we like to just get things crossed off our list, but that's not the frog. The frog are those bigger things that are going to make really a bigger impact. And so that's important. We talked about auditing your time and being willing to go back and look at what were some of the time thieves, what were some of the things that you did to save time, but how can you recognize through an audit, who are the people that are taking up a lot of your time? We call those time vampires. Or, what are some of the things that you can learn to make sure that you are really being wise and mindful of how you're spending your time. So you want to make sure you're planning, you want to make sure that you're auditing how your time is being spent. Part of that is also holding people accountable. If people are missing deadlines, having frank, direct conversations and asking questions like, help me understand what's on your plate. If it's a junior, I need to help, figure out ways that we can prevent missing deadlines. Tell me what you need, or how can I best support you? But those are things that need to happen. Also, with that audit, you can make a list of your time wasters and your time savers and try to do more of those. When it comes to your stakeholders, and this could be client expectations, you want to make sure that you're getting alignment, that you're focused on the right things. And so somebody might have one expectation and you might have another. The best way to do that is upfront, share what those expectations are, and then ask for agreement. Are we aligned? Does this make sense? So really make sure you're getting agreement up, down, sideways, unilaterally to ensure that you're solving the right problems, the same problems, or you're focused on the right priorities and that you have alignment on what those focus areas are. Two more things that I want to talk about. One is the tiny little things stack up and get us running behind. A lot of those really can stack quickly. So leave some time to process the operational busy stuff, the things that have to get done. And, if things can be done quickly and you have a block of time, then get some wins by doing those small things that only take a few minutes. But ultimately, your goal is to be prepared to have work time so that you can be a little bit more proactive and a little less reactive. If we talked about some of the priorities and ways to choose, if you're always working on things that are important and urgent, it's called crisis du jour, and you're going to be fighting fires. And we spend a lot of time there in your business for sure, and that is a reality. But if you spend too much time there, you're going to be demotivated, overworked, depleted. So try to spend some time in the things that are important but not urgent yet, and get in front of it, not behind it. By better managing even 15 minutes a day, you can gain 91 hours or up to 4 days per year. So start small, make some progress. Get it down on paper, figure out what the result or outcome you're seeking is, why you want it, and why it has to happen, and then build out the plan. So those are just some of the focuses that we spent some time on. I want to thank everyone. I look forward to our calls and wish you a great day.